So I was leaving work yesterday, and one of my friends was there, and she had a few of her friends there as well. One of her friends looks at me and goes, "Nice shirt." And I kind of laughed because she said it like that, right? She said it kind of, I guess, sarcastically. I don't know. It was with a funny voice, right? And I laughed. I'm like, "Oh, thanks." I was like, "Why'd you say that? Like you were emoting or something?" And so then I ended up leaving from that one compliment. I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this, but then I was waiting for a follow on Instagram or an ad on Snapchat, all because she said I had a nice shirt. Welcome to a new video where I'm talking about how interest doesn't mean romantic interest, and how you can be friends with someone and you don't need to have romantic feelings for everyone of the opposite or the same gender. Before I get into this video, I just wanted to thank you all for your comments and your support. It means the world to me. I love hearing that I help you guys, and I also love hearing how much I've influenced you to think about something, or helped you in your daily life. So whatever it is, thank you for letting me know. I really do appreciate it. So getting into today's topic, I have a really bad habit of misconstruing friendliness with romantic interest. And it's weird because I struggle with confidence a lot, but I always feel like I'm on top of the world when it comes to women. And it's weird because it's two conflicting things where I I feel like this girl likes me because she said hi or something, and then I feel like crap when she doesn't ask me out. It's like, no wonder, she was just being friendly. And I tell myself that, but I feel like my confidence it gets way blown out of proportion, and I feel like I'm on top of the world. But where does that come from? I wish I had an answer for that, because I don't know. It's definitely not because I've had a lot of girlfriends or whatever. I've gone on a few dates, of course, but they didn't go anywhere. And I feel like when I see a pretty girl and she doesn't ask me for my number, I instantly think, oh, well, she's not interested in me. And there's no point for me asking for her number, because obviously she'd say no. And that's a conflict I have going on. Then anytime I have a conversation with a girl, um, or she gives me some compliment, or she's slightly flirty, I go head over heels. Now this is really embarrassing to admit, but then I'll be hoping that she adds me on social media or something, or asks a friend about my handle, and and then I imagine if we can go on dates or something. And I know it's kind of sad, but that's what happens. I go all in. I put all my eggs in one basket, and this gets to an issue when I have friends who are girls, but I know I can't date them, and I end up distancing myself because I don't want to hurt their feelings, and also I'm scared about potentially catching feelings and knowing that they're not they're not there romantically for me. Do you know what I mean? I know it's a very self-centered and selfish way of thinking, but I don't know how to stop it. I don't know how to prevent myself from thinking this way. And I I live for a future relationship. I do things because I'm like, oh, this will increase my chance of finding a romantic partner, or this will this will be fun when I'm married, or stuff like that. which is definitely no way to live. I don't recommend living like that. I think you should live for yourself rather than live for your future partner. And now, I don't really get out often. I am either at home or I'm at my job, and I work retail. The problem with working retail is being a cashier, you see a lot of people, you have a lot of brief conversations with them, but as soon as they leave, that conversation is done. And you don't feel that connection. Instead, you feel it's just emptiness, honestly. And we have these self checkout things, and so basically, I just stand there and help them if they have an issue, but I don't actually talk directly to them. And so there's a lot of times where a pretty girl will come through, and I'm like, wow, I want to ask for her number or something. Of course, I'm working, so I can't do that. But when she doesn't show any interest in me, then I take it personally. And I'm like, well, I guess she wasn't into me to begin with, so there's no point in asking. It's such a vicious cycle because I feel like I can't break from it. And now whenever any girl gives me a sort of compliment or any sort of conversation, I think that she's in love with me when she was just being friendly. I don't know how to stop that cycle. I don't know if there's a way to, or if it's just to wait for a relationship. Now, the next problem is that I don't want to get into a relationship just to not be lonely. I want to feel that connection with someone. I've gone on a few dates in the last year, but none of them have stood out to me. They've just been something I've done just to say I've gone on a date, and I didn't enjoy myself. I didn't enjoy their company. I don't think it was anything against them. I think it was just, different personalities, different interests, whatever the issue was. And I have to take a step back and look at if it's me, if I'm the problem. I never think I am. I think I'm holding out for the one, but I don't know if I'll be able to, quote unquote, settle for the one. I have such high expectations for what I want in a woman, but at the same time, I don't have much to offer from myself. I will try my best, but I'm young and I've had very few relationships, so I'm inexperienced. I'm jaded from a few of my previous ones, and how is it fair that they have to deal with that? Now, going back to the original topic, it's very difficult when someone of the opposite gender that you could see yourself dating compliments you, and you have to take it at face value. You can't look into it. You can't overthink it at all. I don't know if that's just me or if it's a anxiety thing or what it is. But if you guys are dealing with it, my advice is to honestly just accept it for being a compliment and leave it. I know it's difficult, I know it's hard, but the purpose is to find fulfillment in the words and not from the person. Imagine if it was someone you weren't attracted to saying it. And I think that's the takeaway of this. Not every person is going to be romantically into you, and that's okay. I'm not very experienced in this, but I thought making this might help some of you. And I also use these videos as my sort of therapy. So we'll wrap it up here. If you have any thoughts or any comments, please let me know. I love hearing from you guys. You guys are seriously amazing. So take care of yourselves. We'll see you next video, okay? Bye-bye.